Alright guys, so today in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you how you guys could get a chiseled jawline. And mine. Well, maybe not mine, but I'm going to explain to you how through working out, a solid diet, and a good routine, you guys could get a better jawline. A lot of us struggle with poor jawline, and most of us can fix that through hard work and putting in a little bit of effort. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining all the little secrets and tips to learn how to get yourself a really nice defined jawline. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so when we're looking at jawline, what is the reason that we don't have a good jawline? In general, most of us have super amazing jawline. Bone structures are all very similar, where we have this nice little peak here. And this video, by the way, well, it works for everybody, but it'll probably be easier for guys. We have this nice little thing here. The reason it'll be easier for guys in general is because the jawline is revealed when we have less body fat, because we have this little fat pad here, and we have a small amount of fat that layers around here at the jaw, and that's what really in general hides our jawline. If we didn't have this layer of fat, our jawline would be much more visible. So what we need to do to reduce this layer of fat is have a strong diet and a good workout routine. How can I have a diet to remove this fat? What should I be looking for in my diet? What should I be focusing on when I'm trying to remove this layer of fat? Is there a way I can take it out specifically? Is there a way I can't? When we're doing a diet, we always focus on lowering our calories when we want to lose fat. The less calories we have, the better. But we also need to have a high protein intake, and our calories can't be dropped right away, so really not exactly less the better, and fix that. We need to have a moderate reduction of calories, because if we just plummet all of our calories, we have almost no calories and it's just pure protein, we're not going to be able to make it. Our body will take all our muscle on top of all our fat. We'll die before we get a good jawline, or we'll get a good jawline, we'll look like a stick. So what we really want to do is diet down, only losing body fat and maintaining our muscle mass. And if you don't have any muscle mass, you're gonna look real ugly, even if you do this perfectly. So what you need to do first, before anything, is build some muscle. Over a few years of training, you really lock in, you could get a few solid 15, maybe 20 pounds of muscle. Once you get this muscle on your frame, you can then lose 15, 20 pounds of fat without looking skinny. And what that'll do is that'll reveal your jawline, since you're losing fat. You can't spot reduce fat. So when I was saying before, if there's a way that you can specifically reduce fat in the area of your jaw, whenever you lose fat, it's all about genetics, and depending where you lose the fat first. Like I lose my fat first in my back. So my back is super, super lean all the time. And my abs are not as lean as my back. And my quads are not as lean as my back. Really, it's just my back. My back's my main shining. And my chest also is pretty good too. But that's all genetics. So some of us will take longer to lose fat around our jawline. Some of us will lose fat faster. And like I said, genetics. It's tough sometimes. But we will eventually, no matter what, if we get a big enough calorie deficit for a long enough amount of time, lose fat. And eventually have to lose fat in the jawline, because if you lose all your fat in your stomach, all your fat in your back, your body's going to go to the jawline. And the little pad that we have here, and the amounts that we have around these little areas. A lot of people believe in these little Chinese chiseling things, these little chiseling stones that people use. If you've seen them online, don't use them. They don't really do anything. They're kind of like a waste of time. I've seen them before. I gotta see if I can get a picture of the chiseling things. I'll probably show you guys a picture so you guys can see what the chiseling things look like. But really, they're kind of useless. They're not gonna help you get a better jawline. They're useless. People believe there's research, solid research that actually kind of shows that if your jawline gets injured in the bones, you can artificially damage them or like move them in a way, callus your jawline to make the bones a little thicker, it makes sense, but the thing is, it's very dangerous, and some people hit themselves with like hammers, like softly, the temperature, dun 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 dun, to kind of construct their jawline, and then they wait for it to calcify, which is what happens to your bones. So if you injure your bones, just like a muscle, they grow back thicker and stronger. But that's very dangerous, so I would never recommend that to anyone. And then we have mewing. Mewing, what it's supposed to do is, especially, it really only works if you're a teenager or a little younger than that. You're sitting your tongue up, like that, on the roof of your tongue, on the roof of your mouth, and it's supposed to help with the bone structure. And there's been solid research done that I think is pretty solid. I'd say it's I rank it like a B or like a C on helping you get a better jawline, because it's just like, it's very minimal, the amount of difference that you can get through mewing alone. If I'm just doing this with pushing my tongue up, I do believe it has some sort of effect, but I've done it for a long time and I feel like it has very minimal effect. The number one, if there's like we're doing a tier list, I'd say like that's a B. Losing fat's like an S. If you have losing fat, gaining muscle, that's an S tier. As long as you're not on any steroids or anything, you'll always get a better jawline the more fat you lose, the more muscle you have. So the leaner you get, the more muscular you look, the better your jawline will look, no matter what. And then I'd say like A tier or B plus tier, we have chewing gum. I love chewing gum. I have one here. And it helps build the masseter muscles, and those are visible. And I've noticed through chewing, I can feel it out. It gets a little bigger. I'd say it's probably more closer to like a B tier. It's slightly better than mewing, since you can also do it when you're an adult. And I'm just slightly chewing gum throughout the day. It's like a light little workout for your masseter muscles, and when your masseter muscles get bigger, thicker, they pop out a little bit, and you can actually feel them if you touch right here and you chew to see you get gum or you get like a meat or something. I don't want you to hurt yourself and just try to squeeze on your teeth. You chew, feel like a little bump there. That's your masseter muscle. The thicker and bigger the masseter muscle gets, gives you like a wide look in your jawline, which makes you look better in general. But it's most recommended that you go and aim for the losing fat method, since when you lose fat, it's much better, You're healthier, and it has much better effects on your overall jawline. Because I've been chewing gum for a long time, I can tell you it has had very minimal differences in my appearance. I mean, I can feel the muscles in my muscles. I feel like my jaw definitely grown, but the difference is very, very tiny. And unless you get one of those little gum chewers, the little trendy things, and you do it for many years, I don't think you can get a really big difference on your jawline through chewing. Because they have these rubber ones that they sell, you can just go how chew it. Well, I would recommend it, and it can also has risk of damaging your jaw, because your jaw muscles shouldn't be pushed that way. It's not natural, and your jaw can actually get pushed out of place, because it's like a big bone here, and if you put a lot of pressure, it has like a tiny little connection. You can dislocate your jaw. You don't want that. So don't try doing that. Don't try buying one of these little training devices. At most, I recommend just chewing a little bit of gum, and that can help out a little bit. But that's pretty much it for today, guys. Let's finish the whole video. If you have anything you'd like to see in the future, if you thought this video was interesting, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.